Alright, this is Tony and I'm back with Chord Commonalities Part 2. In this video, I'm going to take the 5 chord shapes that we did in the last video and apply them to songs. If you remember, we took those shapes and showed how they could be all kinds of different chord names depending on how you're using them. Today we'll take those shapes, we'll put them in some songs. Let's start with this one. The one with some people call a little triangle, the little TP. Here it's the 6th fret. I think that's the fret I did it on in the video last. I've got the 2nd finger on the 6th fret, 4th string, right? That's a G flat note. 1st finger, 5th fret, 3rd string, that's a C. Ring finger, 6th fret, 2nd string, that's an A flat. And if you want to treat that as a 7th chord, we can put that one in Bye Bye Blues in the key of C, and you'll recognize it. There it is, A flat 7 right there. And by the way, if you move it up just 1 fret, you've got the next part of the song. There it is, there's an A7 at the 7th fret. All right, so that's one way to use the little triangle. If you remember in the other video, we also used it as a 7 flat 5 chord. So let's try that in the song Tenderly. Now to do it at that same fret, which I'm going to try to do in this video, but I'm not always going to be successful. To do it at that fret, we're going to have to put this song in the key of A. All right, the key of A. So here we go, and I'll show what I mean. There it is. There I'm using the exact same chord I just did in Bye Bye Blues, which made an A flat 7 chord. Here in Tenderly, that forms a D7 with a flat 5. Same exact chord. Now let's go to the major 7s. Remember, I did that major 7 thing in our little addition to the Chord Commonalities video. And let's see. Let's go to the 3rd fret. That's going to make an A flat 7 chord and a C minor chord. Okay, well here we go with It Had to Be You in the key of A flat, and that'll form that A flat major 7 chord in it. There it is, A flat major 7. Now let's do the same chord as a minor chord. Like, let's see, that I think Midnight in Moscow will work here. I don't know. Did you hear when I did that? That's the C minor chord. Same exact deal. And that totally works. By the way, that chord is, I've got a bar on the, well, I don't have to bar. I can bar it. I got a bar at the 3rd fret, so I'm playing the 3rd fret, 4th string, that's an E flat note. Ring finger on the 5th fret, 3rd string, that's a C. Pinky on the 5th fret, 2nd string, that's a G. There it is. Alright, but you can also use that same exact chord shape. Well, let's see, we've used it twice. Midnight in Moscow and It Had to Be You. That's enough. Now let's go to our little 2-2-3 shape. The 2-2-3 shape can either be a B at 2nd fret anyway. It can be a B flat with an F on top, or a G minor 7 with an F on top. Your call. So let's see. I guess we could do Yes Sir, That's My Baby in the key of B flat. So that's one way to use it. The little triangle comes up next in that song, by the way. That's so helpful to be able to play it all over the neck like that, because you don't know who's going to be your singer or what key they're going to want to be in. I know that song's used in an F. But if you're able to move it around, helps, and by knowing these chord commonalities, you'll be able to move it around. All right, so that's one way to use it. Let's see, how are we going to use it as a minor chord? I'm going to probably have to move the fret over a couple of frets, but I think if I move it up 2 frets, I can do part of Rainbow Connection, the old Kermit the Frog tune. I think I can do that and make a C minor 7, an A minor 7 chord with a G on top. Let's see. Right there. Did you hear that? I did the A minor 7 and then went to a D7. So that's a good use of that shape. Let's remind ourselves how we did it. We've got the first finger on the 4th fret, 4th string, 4th fret, 4th string, first finger. It's an E note. And then got the middle finger on the 3rd string, 5th fret, that's a C. And the ring fingers on the second string, 5th fret, that's a G. I know I don't have a root. We've already talked about that. There's no A in it, and we just can't do it sometimes, and it's not that big a deal. So that's the use of that chord in that chord shape and as a major chord. Yes, sir, that's my baby. And then as a minor chord in Rainbow Connection, the song, the great song. I think Paul Williams wrote that, great songwriter, and I think he did that for Kermit the Frog in one of those Muppets movies. Now the next one we did, if I'm not mistaken, was this shape. I think it was actually the first one we did in another video. And I'm running out of time on the video, so I'm going to have to do just one version of that. We're going to make it a 7th chord. And we'll go to the 4th fret and make it an A7. So I've got the bar at the 4th fret. So on the top string, I got an E note there, 4th fret, 4th string. And then I've got a ring finger, 6th fret. It's a C sharp note. That's our 3rd of an A7. And then the first finger, the middle finger is playing the 5th fret, 2nd string. That's a G. And I think I did it at the 5th fret. I think I did that whole chord up 1 fret in the last video, but I'm going to use it for, since I'm doing it there, I think I'll do St. James Infirmary and in the key of D minor. There it is, A7, and back to D minor. Let me do that one more time so you can catch that. Okay, so I'm going from D minor to an A7 with a G on top. I got the 7th note as our melody note. Then the melody note turns to the 1, the A, back to the G, and then back to A minor to a D minor chord. Saying that chord, as you remember from the other video, can also be a minor 6th chord, and it can be a minor 7 flat 5. It's got 2 different other uses. Lastly, we did this diminished shape. And I'm only going to be able to do one of those also. So like I said, the video is going to run out. I told myself I'd keep this under 10 minutes if I could, because these things get so tedious to watch. But as you know, the diminished chord is... if I'm at the 3rd fret, the frets would be 3, 2, 4, 3. 3rd fret, 4th string, that's an E flat. 2nd fret, 3rd string, 1st finger. On the 2nd string, we use the pinky on the 4th fret. That's a G flat. And the ring finger's playing the 3rd fret, 1st string, that's a C. So this chord is E flat diminished, A diminished, G flat diminished, C diminished, E flat A, G flat C. And let's do the ending of Tenderly. We'll go back to that great song. If you do it in the key of C, which I think is the original, I could be wrong, but I think so. We've got this little right. I think it does. Okay, well that very first chord is a C diminished, E flat diminished, G flat diminished, A diminished. And there it is. All right, those are our four, well actually five, chord shapes we discussed in the other video, Chord Commonalities. If you hadn't seen it, go just type in Chord Commonalities in the YouTube search and you'll find it. And here we are applying them to parts of songs. All right, thanks a lot, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, you can write them in the comments page of the video, or you can email me at anthonyclombardo@gmail.com. Thanks.